I'm Katie, and I'm a consulting VP of Finance. I've worked with SaaS finance for about a decade, and today I want to show you a simple SaaS customer acquisition cost calculator that I created. So I think first we just want to talk about how everyone in SaaS and probably many other industries are talking about, well, how much does it cost for you to get a customer? Well, what does that really mean? And what does the cost have to do with anything, right? So first, you want to know, am I spending less than I'm bringing in? That's what we're asking. So that's when we're actually looking at the customer acquisition cost payback period. The customer acquisition cost itself is less important because it really only matters how much money those customers are bringing in. So obviously it has to be more than it costs you to get them. So first, let's look at what goes into the calculator. So the number of bookings, that's how many deals did you close in a particular period. So if we look at, I have a closed deal, this dummy data for customers, and we have the customer name, the close date, all in September, the live date, which I'll go over in a minute, and the annual revenue. So that means we closed Fabulous Lights 9/1 for $6,000 in annual revenue. So we sum all of the revenue to get the total sum of the closed deals, and then we have 4 bookings. We have 4 customers that closed that month. So we have 4 bookings. Sum of closed deals is $33,000. Now, the expenses. We have sales salaries. So that's all you paid for sales salaries. So it's the base salary plus the employer paid taxes plus any health insurance you cover, anything that has to go into the sales salaries. Then we have sales commissions. So those are the commissions that you're paying for closed deals or however you pay commissions. And then we have marketing expense. So that's all of the spend that you have on marketing employees, ad spend, events, anything that has to do with marketing. So we have the total expenses here as $13,950. And you can go around and change this. Maybe you spend a little bit more on sales salaries. Maybe you have less commissions. And maybe you spend a lot on marketing. So now we have the average deal size. So the average deal size is the sum of all closed deals divided by the number of bookings. That's the average customer size. We're just smoothing it out because we saw here we have one customer at $6,000 and one customer at $12,000. The other 2 are at $7,500. So that is different. But it's important just to smooth it out because this isn't going to tell you exactly how much it costs to get one particular customer. It's how much it's costing you to get all of the customers. And we need to get the average deal size because we need to know if what we're spending on sales and marketing is it actually makes sense. So if our average deal size is $88,250 and it costs us $5,500, then we're at least making money. But is this good or is it not good? Well, so here we can see that it takes 8 months to pay back what you invested in before you start actually making money off of the deal. But is 8 a good number? Well, we have to look at churn, and that's something that's very important. But the general rule of thumb is if it's less than half a year, it's very good. If it's less than 1 year, it should be good depending on your churn. But it really depends on your industry. So companies that work with maybe B2C, or you work with a lot of small companies or companies where there's a lot of turnover in the industry, for example, real estate brokers or real estate agencies, you might have a higher churn rate than other companies. So I hope that this was helpful. And, I didn't go over the live date. So for the live date, this is when you start to turn over your system to the customer. So Fabulous Lights, they close in September, but they're going to go live in October. Tree Trunk closed is closed on 9/15, but they're not going live till next year. So even though we're not going to see revenue from them, we've already closed them, we have a signed contract, and we know that we can start invoicing them, and they're going to be live in January. And that's really important because the booking date, which is the close date, is going to be different from the live date. The live date is going to show you when you can start recognizing that revenue from the customer. I hope this was helpful, and feel free to email me and ask me for this calculator to use it, and let me know what you find out about your own company.